Hey guys, welcome back. So last week we discussed how we were pretty much stuck in a range-bound box, right? So we actually ended up having a pretty impressive big breakdown, right? Right into demand. If I go to the smaller time frame, you'll be able to see that, starting of the week, it kind of had that fake breakdown, right, from this box. And then we had the immediate reversal of that box, and that reversal is helping us, open above this key supply area in the market. So honestly, the court, the ball is in the court of the bulls, right? It's honestly on them. If they fuck up, it's going to be a very brutal sell-off. But yeah, I mean, they've done all the hard work, right? All they have to do this week is open up, right? Try to break the 4,200 level and head straight up to that 4320, 4350 kind of area. So again, the scenarios do remain the same, though, given what's happened in the past week, right? Till we know the downside break needed was 4,100. It never broke that, right? We pretty much like kind of had a fake breakdown and bounced right off of it. So again, it's pretty much the quotas in the ball of the bulls, right? As long as they don't mess it up, we, retest 4,320 and, 4,400 if it gets super bullish. Alternatively, right, we discussed a scenario where, we would pretty much come back down to 3,850 before you have that upward lift. I put this in a lower, probability till 4,100 breaks, because without the break of 4,100, right, all we've done is consolidate sideways for 4 weeks. And if we break upwards, right, that's going to result in 100, 200 point explosion to the upside at minimum. So that's why that puts this a very low probability, because, right, you had your chance to break down, you dropped the ball, right? So the bulls bought it up. I mean, we're still not out of the danger zone, right? Which is why I still have this on the chart. I'm just saying, like, it's on the bulls to like drop it if that scenario were to come true. And you can kind of see the sell-off happening in the wicks that you can see right here. It had a nice move off of this trendline channel, and then it just failed and it's selling off. I mean, it's kind of like it is gapping up this morning. Like I said, like it's on the bulls to drop it, right? The bulls drop the ball, then the wicks can, you know, this could be a fake breakdown in the wicks, and you would have a very nice, move like this on the wicks. But like I said, there's no reason for them to drop the ball, right? I don't see any earnings. I mean, we do know that Apple has earnings coming up, but yeah, I mean, let's go to the chart of Apple, right? Even we are talking about Apple earnings on this chart of Apple, I still have this, at the most pushing up to like 180, 183 before it rejects, right? We know it's just kind of been consolidating, right? It's just going to finish off the sideways chop before it comes down for this wave C. So yeah, maybe Apple earnings could turn things around, but yeah, you're going to need something to break the momentum of the bulls, right? Otherwise, as you can see on QQQ, all we did, right? This is the trend line. All we did is go sideways, consolidate, and we are opening above resistance, right? As I said, if the bulls can drop the ball, then we can come back right back down into this demand zone at 300. But, if we break 320, it has no resistance till 335. And then it does have multiple gaps to fill, right? At 350, 355. So if we have a couple of, if we continue to move higher today, I don't see what's, stopping it from, finishing out this B wave immediately before it comes down, unless like the bears are able to find some kind of momentum off the bell, right? So that's kind of what I have for QQQ. Just kind of look at the 6 watch list. With all that being said, I mean, I have both bullish and bearish plays, right? The first one I have is PayPal. I know it has earnings coming up, right? But it's next Monday. You can see this is kind of the downtrend, just kind of been sideways. I mean, as long as the ball is not dropped, right, you can kind of see that it is trying to break this sideways consolidation kind of flag. So, I mean, a stock that could heavily benefit if the market is bullish is PayPal, right? a break over 77 gives us 80 and 82, and it does have a gap to fill at 85. So I do think that, I mean, whether I'm bullish or bearish, I could definitely see something like this happening on PayPal. But again, we know if earnings are bad, it can straight just drop down. But yeah, I mean, the pattern looks all right. So yeah, and obviously the stop I would keep is this level, right, at 74. This is a demand zone. We break below 74, this chart is invalid. But yeah, it's looking nice, looking constructive. That's the reason I have PayPal calls on the 6 watch list. The next stock I have is LLY. Again, the reason for that is 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth wave looks to be done, right? Looks super extended, and it does look like it's finished with an indecisive doji. So if we can open below the open of Friday, right, if the market can get over 395 in LLY, then I think, you know, it comes back down to retest 380, 370. So that's the reason I have LLY puts on this week's watch list. The next one I have is Match. Again, the reason is just the same technical pattern, right? A bottoming wedge. You can kind of see the volume come out on this breakout. So, I mean, it would need over 37 to get to 40, 42, right? If it has an inside day, that would still be constructive in Match. So yeah, and the last one I have is Meta. Again, the reason for that, I zoom out, you'll be able to see that we are pretty much right into the trend line that we broke down from. And again, I could still, right? We do know that this entire area, right, from 245 all the way to 326 is a gap on Meta, and in a hyper, let's just say we've seen it, right, on ES and QQQ, how we've been sideways for 4 weeks. So if the bulls don't drop the ball and we follow through, then I mean, it's definitely possible, right, that Meta could attempt to fill the gap at least halfway, right? So I mean, it is a pretty risky like area to kind of short it, but I just want to point out that in the next couple of months, like the next 4 or 5 months, I think upside is capped, right? At the most, probably 250, 275, but I think this like impressive move of Meta is like almost done. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great